What if I told you there's a budget 4K smart TV that performs like a flagship? We're about to uncover which ULED TV, the TCL or Hisense, secretly holds that premium performance. Join us as we meticulously break down every aspect, from stunning picture quality to seamless smart features, and reveal the surprising winner in the ultimate battle of affordable big screens. You won't believe the value one of these brings to the table. When it comes to budget-friendly 4K TVs, two brands often stand out, TCL and Hisense. Both offer impressive features at affordable prices, making them top contenders for those looking to upgrade their viewing experience without overspending. In this video, we'll put their latest budget 4K models head-to-head to see which one comes out on top. Why this matters. In the last few years, budget TV brands, particularly TCL and Hisense, closed the gap with premium players by bringing advanced panel tech, mini LED, full-array local dimming, quantum dot color, and gaming features to much lower prices. That makes choosing between TCL and Hisense less about brand prestige and more about the trade-offs each maker makes in picture processing, HDR performance, gaming support, and system polish. If you're shopping for a 4K smart TV under a tight budget, or trying to get the most brightness, color and features per rupee/dollar, this comparison will help you pick the right set and avoid buyer's remorse. Quick verdict. If you want the brightest HDR highlights, aggressive local dimming options, and value-packed gaming features, Hisense's ULED models often win on peak brightness and sheer value for sports/bright room use. If you prioritize color accuracy out of the box, cleaner Android TV/Google TV experience, and lots of higher-tier mini LED/QD mini options, TCL tends to shine, especially in its QD mini LED and higher mid-range lines. Both brands offer seriously good value. Your final choice should be driven by the specific model: U7, U8, QM6K, C955, etc., the room lighting, and whether you want the absolute best gaming features or the best movie experience in a dark room. What ULED and TCL marketing terms actually mean. Hisense, ULED and ULED XD, ULED Pro. ULED is a marketing name for a combination of technologies: local dimming/backlight control, wide color gamut often with quantum dots, high refresh rate support, and image processing. Variants such as ULED XD Dual Cell aim to boost contrast by stacking a grayscale panel behind the color panel, a way to mimic OLED-like blacks on LCD hardware. In short, ULED tells you a TV is a Hisense LCD with advanced local dimming and processing, but performance varies a lot between ULED models. TCL, QLED, Mini LED, QD Mini LED in TCL's lineup. TCL typically uses QLED Quantum Dot and Mini LED in higher tier sets, and labels vary by market, for example, QM Series, C Series, etc. Where TCL calls a TV Mini LED or QD Mini LED, expect denser local dimming, higher peak brightness potential, and better color volume compared with basic edge-lit 4K sets. Bottom line, both brands use marketing names for bundled tech. Always check the panel/backlight type, peak brightness nits, local dimming implementation, number of zones, full array versus edge, and whether the TV supports Dolby Vision/HDR10+/HDR10. Picture quality, brightness, contrast and HDR. Brightness and HDR. Hisense U8/U7 and higher ULED models often push very high peak brightness numbers, useful in bright rooms and for HDR highlight sports, HDR content. TCL's Mini LED/QD Mini LED premium models can match or exceed these numbers in some cases, while typically offering slightly more controlled blooming and color accuracy in higher-end models. Black levels and contrast. Dual-cell ULED XD sets, rare and usually premium, get closer to OLED black performance. For mainstream ULED and TCL sets, contrast depends heavily on local dimming quality. If the local dimming implementation is aggressive and precise, blacks will look deep. If it's coarse, expect haloing on bright objects over dark backgrounds. Color and gamut. Quantum dot QLED implementations, used by both brands in mid and higher tiers, boost color volume. TCL often pushes for factory color accuracy on its higher mid-range sets, while Hisense prioritizes punchy color and high saturation for an eye-catching picture at a lower price. Motion and interpolation. For sports and fast camera pans, both brands include motion processing and higher refresh rate panels in select sets. Gamers should look for true 120Hz support, low input lag, and VRR variable refresh rate, features both brands increasingly include even on budget models. Smart platform, apps and ecosystem. TCL. Many TCL sets run Android TV, Google TV. Google TV offers a mature app ecosystem, frequent updates, and Chromecast built in. This is a major plus if you want a clean, consistent interface and easy voice control. Hisense uses a mix of platforms, Google TV on many newer models, its own VIDAA OS on others, and sometimes Roku in specific markets. VIDAA has improved a lot, it's fast and simple, but its app store can lag behind Google TV in availability of niche apps. Tip: if you rely on a particular streaming app or use casting often, prefer models that run Google TV or at least confirm your app is available on the set's OS. Gaming, input lag, HDMI 2.1 features, and VRR. Both brands recognize that gamers are a major audience and now commonly include low input lag in game mode, VRR variable refresh rate in auto low latency mode, HDMI 2.1 ports on many mid/high-end models important for PS5, PS5 Pro, Xbox Series X/S, and high-end PC rigs. Differences: TCL's higher-end mini LED models often emphasize higher refresh rate options and advanced gaming modes. Hisense frequently undercuts prices while still offering solid HDMI 2.1 support and high refresh rates on its U8/U7 lines. Build, remote and sound. Build and finishes: both brands deliver competitive build quality for the price. TCL's premium models sometimes use sleeker stands and thinner bezels. Hisense tends to prioritize feature density over ultra-thin industrial design at budget prices. Remotes: TCL's Google TV sets typically come with a Google-style remote with voice control. Hisense remotes vary. VIDAA remotes are simple and functional. Google TV variants get feature parity. Sound: neither brand regularly beats mid-range sound bars. Some models have improved built-in speakers and Dolby Atmos pass-through, but if audio matters, budget for a soundbar. Price and value, where each brand shines. Hisense, aggressive pricing and frequent discounts. Hisense often wins on raw brightness and features per rupee, especially during seasonal sales. If your priority is the biggest screen and the brightest HDR, Hisense often gives you more for less. TCL, slightly more expensive at times for comparable features, but TCL's software polished Google TV and color tuning on higher mid-range sets justify the price for buyers who want a more refined out-of-box experience. Real-world note: pricing fluctuates with sales, both brands appear frequently in deep discounts, so timing can strongly influence the value winner. Model recommendations by budget generalized. These are example buckets, specific SKUs change every season. Check local availability and reviews before buying. Tight budget entry-level 4K. Hisense U4, U6 series equivalents, basic 4K, acceptable smart OS, best for casual TV viewers in bedrooms. TCL entry 4K models, clean Android experience on some sets, slightly better app availability. Mid-range best balance of price and performance. Hisense U7, U7K, excellent brightness and HDR capability for the price, good gaming chops. TCL QM6K, C7K, strong color and Google TV, some mini LED-inspired tuning on higher mid-range models. Upper mid-range, value flagship. Hisense U8, U8K, U8QG, highly bright, aggressive local dimming good for bright rooms, great value when discounted. TCL QM8K, C9, C955, QD Mini LED and premium feature sets, cleaner color accuracy and better local dimming control in many cases. Premium if you want to push LCD tech. TCL QD Mini LED flagship, great HDR, color and gaming. Hisense U9, U9DG ULED XD, dual cell, experimental dual cell tech for better contrast, fewer models, typically pricier. Buying checklist: how to compare two specific models. When you're deciding between two TVs, say, Hisense U7K 65 inches versus TCL QM8K 65 inches, use this checklist. Panel/backlight type, mini LED/full array or edge lit? Mini LED is better for blooming control. Peak brightness: typical HDR number in nits, greater than 1000 nits is very good for HDR highlights. Local dimming implementation, number of zones and whether it's dynamic/precise. Color gamut, %DCI-P3 higher is better for saturated HDR color. True refresh rate, native 120 Hz versus 60 Hz with interpolation. HDMI ports and standards, HDMI 2.1, number of HDMI 2.1 ports, eARC for soundbars. Smart OS and apps, Google TV, VIDAA, Roku? Confirm critical apps are present. Input lag and VRR, look for low lag less than 15 milliseconds and VRR/OM support. Warranty and local service, which brand has better support where you live? Real prices and discounts. Compare sale prices. Sometimes an older model with better panel tech slips behind a new competitor after discounts. Setup tips to get the best picture. Calibrate basic picture settings, use movie or cinema mode, turn off aggressive noise reduction and sharpening, and set color temperature to warm for more accurate skin tones. Local dimming, try both low and high settings and watch for haloing. Sometimes a lower setting looks better for movies. Backlight/brightness, reduce if you sit in a dark room to avoid eye strain, increase in bright rooms. Firmware, update the TV. Both brands push useful firmware fixes. Burn-in is not a concern. These are LCD TVs. OLED-style burn-in doesn't apply, but long static UI elements can still cause temporary image retention in rare cases. Common user scenarios, which brand/model to choose. Bright living room, lots of sunlight, go Hisense U7/U8 for high peak brightness and bold HDR highlights. Home cinema in a dark room, choose a TCL higher-end mini LED/QD model with better color accuracy and controlled blooming, or consider OLED if deep blacks are essential. Console gaming PS5/Xbox/PC, pick a model with HDMI 2.1, 4K at 120Hz and VRR. Both brands offer such models in mid/upper tiers. Check input lag numbers from trusted reviews. Below are a few quick, sourced facts from recent reviews and manufacturer pages that inform the guide. Hisense markets ULED as a bundle of technologies: local dimming, wide color gamut, processing, and also experiments with dual-cell ULED XD for better contrast. Hisense's U8 series U8QG, U8K family is repeatedly called out for very high HDR peak brightness and good gaming features in 2025 reviews. TCL's higher-end QD mini LED models, for example, C955, QM series, emphasize quantum dot color and mini LED backlights for improved HDR and color volume. Both brands have been frequently featured in major 2025 sales and deal coverage, making timing and discounts important to the value decision. When comparing the two TVs directly, it ultimately comes down to price and performance. The TCL model is generally priced lower, but the Hisense ULED model offers more advanced features. The Hisense ULED model's ULED technology provides better contrast and color accuracy. The TCL model's Roku interface is more user-friendly. Both TVs have their strengths and weaknesses, and the right choice for you will depend on your specific needs and preferences. If you're looking for a more affordable option with a user-friendly interface, the TCL model may be the way to go. If you're willing to spend a bit more for more advanced features and better picture quality, the Hisense ULED model is definitely worth considering. Conclusion. In my personal experience, both TVs performed admirably in real-world settings. I was impressed by the TCL model's picture quality and ease of use. The Hisense ULED model's sound performance and build quality also stood out. The TCL model's affordability and user-friendly interface make it a great option for those on a budget. The Hisense ULED model's advanced features and better picture quality make it a great choice for those who want a more premium viewing experience. Based on my testing, I would recommend the Hisense ULED model for those who want the best possible picture quality. However, the TCL model is still a great option for those on a tighter budget. If you're in the market for a budget 4K TV, I highly recommend checking out both options. I'd love to hear about your own experiences with budget 4K TVs, so be sure to leave a comment below. If you're interested in more tech reviews like this, be sure to check out another one of my videos. Until next time, thanks for watching.